My beautiful stars. Reading time. Think I have to give you guys some love. I woke up yesterday. It's been a very emotional couple days for me. But the love that you guys gave me in that last reading, you truly made my heart explode. I can't thank you guys enough. I actually had to take a day just to recoup because of how overwhelmed I was. You guys are amazing. And there's been a lot of tears over the past couple of days. So again, I just want to thank you all, and I'm not going to get emotional. I'm not going to get emotional. But today, we haven't used this deck yet. So those beautiful Divine Moon Empress decks, we've used volume 1, 2, and now we're up to volume 3. So let's get into it. Main Collective. Your daily advice. What is going on in your beautiful mind and life currently? I don't know why I'm feeling a bit nervous. Maybe you're a little bit nervous. All right, let's do it. Main Collective. The imagery on these cards are so beautiful. This one also has a really beautiful picture. Pink and blue. You could be wearing pink and blue. All right, so we've got planning here, chest. This is main collective's energy. Okay, this is main collective, what's going on in your mind and in your life currently. So we've got planning, impulse, and clinging on. Can I see you? Reaching out. Okay. We all know what's going on over here. We're changing things up. Now, I'm not silly. I know over here the collectives we have. So I always say we pick up collectives energy, but I really am trying to just change things up in a beautiful way for you guys, like I mentioned last time. But I do know we have collectives over here that are still going through some things in the heart space. But I can feel from this collective, the right collective, don't make it fit. There's clearly some form of planning being done in the background. There's some form of impulsive urge right now through clearly some form of obsessive mind frame to want to see someone, to want to reach out to someone. With this, I'm going to be honest, and we're really going to start talking about energy here, and this is a real, and this is why I mentioned in last reading, don't categorize yourself. Just energy is energy. It doesn't form to a certain female vessel or male vessel. What I'm seeing here is really unhealed, distorted masculine energy, okay? Anybody that can be sitting in obsession, anybody that can be fixated on something but feeling like they need to plan and put some form of strategy behind an approach that's coming from a wounded masculine kind of energy, okay? Trying to control the outcome, thinking by strategic words, thinking by, you know, doing X, Y, and Z that may put the situation into your favor. Now, clearly, if someone's having to be strategic, there's been some damage done, which is clearly making main collective feel a little bit nervous about approaching whoever is on your mind. I want one more for impulse. Love bombing. Crumbs. Okay. I need to say this, and again, I've added to the energy of unfortunately people doing this. I really just want to make it clear, if you are watching this and you are going straight to, this is my person, this is how they're feeling, I don't want you to watch it. And I'm saying this from a place of love, because how do you know this is your person, right? This is unfortunately what happens when people are watching tarot and they're seeing energy like this. I am tapping into a collective, right? I'm tapping into a collective that on their mind, right? Right now, there's strategy behind it. With this impulse, do I come in with intensity or do I come in how I always come in, right? You're in an obsessive mind frame. I'm seeing my Jenga card, which the right collective, you know how you approach this situation next. It could really either make whatever's going on with the person you're connected to, it could make this situation a lot worse if not handled properly, but you're still clearly fighting with an unhealed version of yourself. If you are at all questioning what direction do I come into, you know that the way you've approached this has not been good. To even have a question mark on, do I just come in dry? Do I just say hello? Do I just touch the waters? Or do I come in with intensity? And do I put my cards on the table? You know deep within more needs to be done here to fix this, right? But clearly you're not in a healthy place to try and fix this situation, because you are wanting to move forward and reach out to someone who you've clearly really affected in the heart space. And I give tough love over here. And you want to see them without taking any form of accountability, right? And that is an unhealed place. And I always say this, anybody that is on a loop with someone, anybody that there has been a lot of ups and downs with, until you understand why you have ups and downs with that person, until you understand what qualities it is within you that would even have this question mark over your mind, what's the point? Because you're just going to repeat the same painful cycle, right? And I just want to go back to energy. And this is unfortunately a lot of people watch readings in heartbreak and they see something like this without even being confirmed if it's what's going on with your personal energy. And because of that distorted feminine, right, you've created a scenario in your mind, you're overthinking, whatever it may be, you hear something like this, the brain's a funny thing, the brain's a very funny thing, whatever you're focusing on, your brain tries to confirm, right, it will search confirmation. So if you're going into a reading and you are craving someone, right, and then you're hearing this, you as a not main collective, but you as a watcher of a reading go straight into, oh no, that's my connected person, that's what they're feeling, they're about to come in, right? Where these are such general cards. Like, let's be real, when someone's going through heartbreak, when someone is sitting in unfinished business, when someone is sitting in any form of broken energy with someone that they care about, this is the stuff that replays in the mind. This is the stuff, right? All from an unhealed place. Sorry, I just need to say that, but I can see it right now. Whoever I'm tapping into, you're in a distorted masculine, unhealed masculine energy. You are trying to control a situation that you know there's been damage here. So the fact that you are stuck in the mind with obsessive thinking, clinging on to what may be, there's something here you're not seeing correctly, and it's clearly this row right here. Let's confirm these. So planning. So it's so funny because I was just about to say what's really alarming here, there's nothing about accountability of action. There's nothing about anything. It's like your main collective just thinking of how to approach this situation to get the outcome that you want, right? Underneath planning, calculating, being strategic, deep in your soul, you know there needs to be compromise and deep conversation. You know this needs to be approached in an honest, non-flattery, like it's not about flattery. It's not about just, excessive words, right? You know something deeper needs to be done here to be able to sew that heart back together. But you're, unfortunately, and I always say shadow, distorted energy comes up when we're vulnerable. I get it. But this is what this collective, you need to go into reflection with, because I always say when we're not triggered, we are a completely different version to when our shadow comes up. And your distorted shadow self is trying to tell you right now, you know what really needs to be done. But when you get nervous, when you get and feel vulnerable, look what comes up straight away. It's that pride moving forward in places of fear. There's something within you, either fear of rejection, there's a deeper scarring that makes you even think with damage that's been done with someone. Do I just approach them with a hey? Do I just touch in? Or do I do this? It's like, and I know you're doing it from an unhealed place. I get it. But there is no point trying to fix something with someone where this is what's affected it to a point. Now you need strategy, right? You are clearly on the roundabout with someone. You clearly both have hurt each other. For you guys to be dealing with each other's armors with one another, and I'm not tapping into the person connected to you, but clearly if you're moving forward with mask, they would be moving forward with mask with you as well, because neither of you feel safe in each other's energy. So until you start to feel safe in each other's energy by being the real authentic you, there's no point. There's no point, because you are just going to both keep hurting each other, right? So just advice, and I know we're only up to the first part, I would not be moving forward with this person with any form of impulse, flattery, or crumbs. Deep within your soul, you know this whole situation, you both need to be open. You need to be open for compromise. And if you, with someone that you've hurt, vice versa, approach them how you've always approached them, straight away defense mechanism will be up. You won't even get to a point of deep conversation. Reconciliation. So you want the reconciliation, you know, to reconcile, it needs to be deep. You know this is your first row. So when you're in deep emotion and deep reflection, you know what needs to be done. But then it's, do you know what it's reminding me of? It's as soon as you go to your phone, or as soon as you go to, you know, make a phone, this is where the nerves come up and you question everything. I'm seeing that unsent messages and you just go delete. Your whole body is telling you you're not ready to do this. Your whole body. And this is why you're probably overwhelmed. This is why you're in obsession. This is why you're in fixation, because your mind is trying to tell you you aren't seeing this correctly. There is something affecting your pride right now, this collective. It's like, without you even knowing, this mutual energy. You want to know it's mutual before you let your cards down. That doesn't make sense. Not if you're in a pattern with someone where, again, it's just in roundabouts. And you know deep within there needs to be depth, apologies, whatever it is. Why do you need to know? And this is a question you need to ask yourself, because again, it's coming from a deeper scar. Why do you need to know it's mutual before you open up? What is it about yourself? Someone in a balanced energy, right? If they have done wrong to someone, or if they know deep within, there needs to be some form of accountability and apology on the table. Like if they're self-aware enough to understand, and clearly this collective, you ain't completely self-unaware because of your first row. Anyone that's in a balanced state and they know they have things that they need to apologize about, they're going to come through and they're going to apologize. It's not going to be, I'm only going to apologize when I know the door's open here. So I'm going to touch the waters first and I'm going to see. It's manipulation. It's distorted masculine energy. You're trying to control the outcome. You don't want to show your vulnerability. You're scared of getting hurt. It is your rejection. It is your, I get it. if you know you still have this fear, it shows the shackles that are still tied to your soul. And anybody you've had repeated damage with, if you know, and again, I'm just trying to get people to be self-aware of their energy, you know that this behavior causes friction, but you still have this outlook. You haven't healed it enough to even attempt to come through to a person like this. You're both going to end up in pain. I always tell you guys, if you want anything from the past, anything, you need to make sure what tore you apart is healed, or at least enough self-awareness where you can take accountability for your triggers. You can move forward with transparency. I'm not going to lie, this is really hard for me to send you this message. I've been sitting on it for X, Y, and Z. I'm noticing I'm starting to become strategic and obsessive in the mind. This is really overwhelming me, and I'm so tempted to approach you how I always approach you, but I know that's coming from an unhealed place, and I genuinely want to change. There is a difference between saying, oh, I've been missing you, I'm effed up, and to really just understanding your trigger. Because I promise you, the more, and I say this to you guys all the time, the more you put yourself in situations, you're going to feel rejected. The more you're going to put yourself in situations, you feel abandoned. The more that you go forward, right, in those shackles that are within, it's walking through the fire. Soon enough, you realize, holy moly, this fire isn't as bad as my armor, little shadow, makes me think it is. This collective, it's not about knowing if this is mutual before you open up. You're missing the bigger picture here. It's why you even think. It's why you even think that you need to see that it's mutual before you express yourself authentically. This is your distorted energy. It's your shadow. And I guarantee this collective, it's because of shadow self. You are now at a point with this person. You can't express yourself authentically. So until you learn how to express yourself authentically and be okay to sit in your vulnerability, stay away from them, because it's not just going to hurt them more, it's going to hurt you more. And this is life. Any situation that orbits in your life, any situation, it's bound to your contract. Let it be a karmic, let it be a soulmate, let it be a twin flame, whatever it is. There are lessons to be learned before you stop orbiting. There is lessons bound to you and this person. So instead of keep orbiting and hurting each other, heal it. Understand it. Understand why you're even tempted to move how you always move. And if you were that scared to go in vulnerable and authentic, if you are that scared to be your true self, it's actually really sad. And what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? You put your feelings on the table and this person doesn't want the same. Don't you think that's going to clear something in you? Don't you think that's going to remove something in you? This collective, you clearly think, because already you're obsessing, this person's not in your energy. So you think because I literally, everything I say is for a reason. What's the worst that can happen? They don't respond or they don't feel the same. That for you feel it's like the worst outcome in the world. You think, well, I'm already stressing. If they actually tell me this is done or I don't hear from them, this is going to be too much for me to deal with. And blah, blah, blah. You're scared of emotion. Emotion is a part of life. You're meant to feel in life. Feelings grow you. And let's go to worst case scenario. What if this person says to you, I don't want this no more, or they don't respond? That heartbreak might be enough for you to actually start changing your behavior. And I'm saying that in the nicest way. You avoiding taking accountability. You're avoiding the true healing that needs to be done. Because otherwise, I promise you, it'll be years, if not decades, for you to start learning. Your lack of vulnerability, transparency, it's not healthy for connections. Right, collective, you'll know what I'm saying. And sorry, I do give tough love, but it's just the truth, because I genuinely want I want people to understand. I want people to understand and stop blaming. I want people to understand why their life repeats in cycles. If it's this person, the next person, this kind of behavior, you're always going to be bound to toxic love stories. Always. It's better to heal it sooner rather than later, because as our cycles go on, these lessons get harder and harder if it's destined in your contract to finally break you. And this collective, it clearly is. Obsession. There, shoot your shot. But that's not the issue. You are clearly, cosmic trigger. You're obsessing about this. Again, distorted masculine, trying to control the outcome, right? Until you're either going to learn the lesson, you've got a crossroads, right? You're either going to repeat how you always move, or you're going to do things differently. But if you do things differently, you have to have that understanding. This may not go the way I want, but you know what? At least I'm going to clear some of these burdens. You're literally obsessing on, how do I do this? I need to go for it. I need to just do this. I really want to But deep down, you already know the answers. But it's your armor. It's your shadow. It's your trauma. You're that scared it's not going to be reciprocated. You're that scared of the pain or coming into an actual true ending of this situation. You're sitting there in long suffering. You're that scared of the outcome, but look at how you're feeling right now. Is this emotion of anxiety and stress not as bad? Like, this is bad energy. This would be uncomfortable. This would make you restless. This would make you overwhelmed. This would make you fixate. But yet you're scared of what this person may say. But you're already sitting in uncomfortable stress. Does that make sense? You would be someone prone to long suffering and pain. You get numb to it. You think what you're feeling right now is easier than getting rejected. But you don't even know if you're going to get rejected. You're creating worst case scenario in your mind, which means you don't see yourself. Distorted masculine. You're sitting in insecurities. It's a bravado. If you were in your worth, you would know you're a catch, right? You're expecting the worst. Your mind clearly plays havoc on you. Can I see you? So you're worried. So clearly there's opinions. So you could also, clearly unhealed masculine, even unhealed feminine, a bit of both. You're worried what people will say. You're worried about the talk about it. So you're worried about being judged from the person on your mind and the people around you. And also, I will say this, because at the bottom here it says speaking the true story. So maybe there's things you're worried as well. You know, you need to be honest about things. Maybe you're in an outlook kind of to validate not coming through. What's the point? If I see this person face to face, I'm going to have to be completely honest about everything. Sad. So you're wanting to fix something but cover lies. You cannot have a relationship with a broken foundation. If you were worried about seeing someone because there's truths that need to be spoken, but then you still, should I bomb them? Should I breadcrumb them? But I want to reconcile. You're wanting to reconcile, especially with someone that you've already been hurting and them hurting you, broken cycles, right? You're wanting a reconciliation without truth on the table. So you're wanting to restart something with someone without being honest. You will never trust you. They'll never trust you. You'll never trust them. Any connection with no trust, you're not going anywhere. You're delaying the inevitable. So no wonder there's this fear going through your mind that this is just you're going to get a big fat red stop sign in front of you, because the way that you're wanting to approach it, red stop sign happening straight away or a month, 2 months down the track, intuitively you know it'll happen. You're literally worried about seeing this person because of influence, the people around this situation, and that spilling the tea. I'm seeing more having to spill the tea and truthful stories. Sad. And you wonder why. This is like spirit blocking you without you even knowing. But you want to propose. Stop. So deep in your soul, this is the love of your life. This is the person, don't make it fit, you want to reconcile with. Which means deep in your soul, if you really feel this, and this is sad, and I hope this makes sense. If you see this as your life partner, if this is who you want by your side, but then you have fear that this person isn't going to hear your truth, that this isn't going to be mutual, that there isn't going to be compromise. Deep down within, you don't really feel the highest for this person. Is this your obsession? Is this your lack of control? Is this because you haven't won? Is this because your pride is getting affected? Because if you really felt this about this person, you wouldn't be so scared. You would understand who they are. If you want to marry someone, they would have to be one beautiful person within. If you're wanting to spend the rest of your life with someone, create a family, whatever it may be, but yet you're scared to approach them. You're scared to be truthful with them. So is this just something you're creating in your mind because of your pride? Because if you really wanted this, a true, balanced, masculine, they'd be locking in. They'd be locking in. This is your brokenness. And it all stems from fear of rejection. I can see it. And I think you have a little bit of a scarring when it comes to truth. It's like you feel you're going to get in trouble from this person, right? Oh, well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe you did, and it wouldn't surprise me. And I'm saying this in a nice way. I can feel the insecurities in you. People that have insecurities, sometimes you, without you even knowing, and I know this is triggering, but it needs to be said. I actually want people to heal. To have cheat at the bottom, if you have done this to this person or in the past, it's your validation wounding. You find attraction to someone and they fluff up and smoke up your ass with affirmation and stroke your ego. You may be someone that gets easily distracted. So just again, is you really thinking this is the love of your life? Is this just because this person ain't blowing smoke up your ass anymore? Before even thinking moving forward, you need to reflect, is this my pride thing? Especially if you guys have been bound to cycles of hurt. Don't hurt this person again. It's selfishness. All because you don't feel like you're in control. Sorry. Like I said, I'm switching it up over here. One more. All the fighting and the arguing, as we're saying, hurting. But this collective, you've got to make a choice. You know the hurt, you know it, but yet you want to approach it how you've always approached it. You wonder why you fight. You wonder why it's combative. You wonder why you go in loops. Games. If you are approaching this person with games and masks, energetically, they're just going to reflect it back at you. And I promise you, I read people every day. If you are connected to a feminine, good luck to you, because I'm telling you, my collectives over here are on acceleration mode. And this is probably why you're feeling this way, because they won't take it. They won't take it. And I'm not tapping into connected energy for this reading, but I'm telling you, the evolution I'm seeing in collectives, they probably won't even reply. They won't even reply. Sorry, I have to say it. It's really sad that people walk through life like this, a mind like this. There's been hurt and you're scared to take accountability because you're prioritizing your own emotion over other parties at hand. It's selfishness. And it's just something you need to take accountability for. The first step to healing is true self-awareness and accountability. to understand our behavior hurts people. It hurts people. And I'll tell you this right now, if you're stopping to watch tarot, there is a part of your soul that wants to evolve. I always, especially if you're still watching and hearing, well, you would be. There's a reason it's coming out like this. There's a part of you that genuinely wants to change. If your mind is always on the same roundabout, in the same trigger, if it's always going to this when you're emotionally overwhelmed, you're not seeing something properly. You're not healing it. So every time you're overwhelmed, the same thought pattern is going to come over you. Your shadow self, tempting you, gravitational pull into unhealed version. Do you not think, just ask yourself this personal question. Do you not think when you know you've caused pain, when you know you've caused pain to anybody, think of a work colleague or just think of a family member, is it not a natural response to apologize without expectation of forgiveness? It's like you only want to apologize with an expectation, but I need to have forgiveness back. I need it to be mutual for me to open up. Does that not show you how broken your energy is? You know, you need to apologize. It's like you feel you need an apology back. Oh, I'm sorry, but it was because of this. Or you know you need to apologize, but you're so scared that you're going to get rejected, you're not doing the right thing. But I guarantee you, especially if you're watching a reading, you have that feminine compassion and understanding and sensitivity in your soul. I guarantee you, if you had hurt a family member or a friend, you'd be apologizing straight away without expectation of forgiveness. But love, it's clearly a different thing. Love, you want to control. That's sad. One more. Mixed within you, you're so worried about this person. But what about your own mixed signals? What about your own behavior? Stop going outside of yourself. Stop going outside of yourself. I want to get my cosmic deck. I know this is a bit of tough love, but behavior like this needs a deeper reflection because you're sitting in long suffering. You're sitting in pain. You're sitting in pain because you're scared to take accountability for your actions. All right, let's see how the cosmos are seeing you right now. Yellow cards, energy you're opening up to. Red cards, what's blocking you and what needs deeper reflection. Well, this is good. I wasn't feeling it. Maybe your higher self led you to me to get you into this. Clarity veil, you know the answers. And I know you know the answers because otherwise I wouldn't be speaking how I'm speaking, right? And you know what I just realized as well? The way I'm speaking to collective, I'm speaking in masculine strength, right? So there's a reason. I always say as readers, we will pick up the energy that is for the collective, right? But is also needed for the collective. Some readings I'm very soft-spoken. Some things the reason I'm being this direct, right? Where maybe in the past, a strong sense of dominance, authoritarian would really trigger you in others. But maybe because your masculine flame within, you're being drawn to it. That real flame of masculine energy. If this isn't triggering you, but making you clarity veil, that's your internal flame that's being activated. It's your spirit team, your higher self that come through us as collective readers. Watch me, even though I may be a female, you could be in a female vessel yourself. Don't watch me as in cards. Watch me as your higher self speaking to you, right? Because it's the strength that you have within. That's why this is coming out this way. Clarity. You're clearing the fog of indecision. Just seeing this, and I say this when I'm tapping into feminine energy that's in acceleration. For all people that, especially your first part, find your center of emotion. Don't move through impulse, because you'll move with regret. You will have regret. Before your indecision, don't move on indecision. Move on clarity. Oh, wow. Golden opportunity. Opening the doors of, I always say abundance though. It comes from internal abundance. And you are so far off internal abundance. Like, don't always expect the worst out of life and people, because anyone that's in your life, you will never take things for face value. You'll always be looking for ulterior motives. If you were someone that you always expect the worst, this is something that needs to be healed. And I'm going to be honest, you don't have good people in your life. When you've got the right people in your life, you trust it, you live in the moment. Spirit is saying, and not just this person, golden opportunity, your life. Want better for yourself. Seize the moment. Fortune favors the bold. When you're in clarity, 3, 2, 32, 23, third of the second, second of the third. What the is, you've got divine time. You can see divine timings at play. You can see the cosmic trigger you're going through. But the sad thing is, when you get triggered in the mind, your thought pattern's the same. You're moving through your shadow. You're not moving through your light. And I'm just here for advice. You move through shadow with this, especially because divine timing's at play. I can see for this collective, you are on an orbiting cycle with this. This is, I'm going to get soul contract here. You move the same, it'll end the same. Divine timing's literally activating all of this, because you have this that they're trying to give you. And not just with this person, I mean in general. There's a lesson of internal emotion that needs to be learned here. Learn it. 55, change, transformation. You could be seeing 5-5 a lot as well. There we go. That is where it's the fear. And I said it in the first path. What path? Maybe you are, and this is life. We need to change and evolve. We're not changing. There's something wrong. Dead end path. This isn't going to work. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be rejected. What's the point? I'm going to be hurt again. Why open up the scar again? Blah, blah, blah. I just got to let time go. And I see this a lot. Time will heal all wounds. How long have you been on this loop for? Has time healed all your wounds? This one little red card is what blocks your golden energy, your golden flow, your fear of rejection, your lack of control, your distorted, unhealed energy. It's all within you. It's got nothing to do with this person or the next. Until you heal this, you will forever repeat this in love, in life. Sorry, it's the truth. And as the years and decades go on, like I said before, you're not learning this, harder and harder and harder and harder. Number 70. This is leading to a road of nowhere. What's the point? The point is, you know you've hurt and damaged. You would know that. I keep going back to that compromise. You are so scared of vulnerability. You are so scared to be your authentic self. And that is sad. That is sad. One more for your top row. Oh, so it keeps you in silence. Everything we said in the first part is literally being confirmed. As soon as you feel that you are going to have any form of rejection, as soon as you feel you need to be authentic and vulnerable, you shut down. So this started from a young age. You would have been in a home where emotionally open vulnerability either was not shown to you or it was not accepted, right? This has started from a young age. Being honest maybe got you in trouble, or when you were honest, you didn't feel heard, right? For you to be this scared, it's abandonment, but you deal with abandonment differently. You feel like being your authentic self, you'll be abandoned, which means, and it's sad, but from a young age, your authenticity, your authentic self was either silenced or not appreciated. In my soul, like I'm getting emotional because I feel, but I'm stopping myself. Like every time I feel I want to be extremely empathic with you, everything in my fiber is telling me to stop, because it's, I feel you are constantly enabled maybe for your bad behavior, right? Because it is bad behavior. And I know it started from a young age, but when we constantly excuse who we are because of our trauma, it enables our distorted energy, right? Every fiber in my being is like, but I know that's a part of, like, there's a reason I say everything. Your higher self is coming out this way for a reason. I always say this, we aren't our trauma, but the more we excuse who we are because of our trauma and say, I'll never be able to change, again, power of the mind. You are seeking spiritual speech. You are seeking external guidance because every fiber in your body wants you to change. Accept it. Embrace it. Let the changing begin. Spirit doesn't want you to miss golden opportunities anymore, but they want you to take accountability. Stop running away from who you are. Accept it. And if this is really the person you want to marry and this and that, be vulnerable. Be vulnerable. Be truthful. And again, if you get rejected by them, if anything, it actually gives you clarity. How could I think that's the person I wanted to marry? They can't even accept the real me, right? Look at what the positive of the outcome would be if you got rejected. At least you've cleared it away. Sorry, I have to say it. Then maybe time will heal all wounds. If you finally get the stop sign. And I know that's confronting. Or what if your vulnerability finally opens those golden gates? You've got divine timing at play in your life. So again, my advice, whatever these situations are in your life, walk differently. Don't walk the same. Clarity veil. Again, you got two about the cosmic alignment. Your lack of clarity, indecision, you know deep within, it's blocking your path. And I said it before, Spirit's blocking you. Spirit is blocking until you do it differently. It's the cosmos. And you may think you're in control of how you're feeling. No, no, no. The fear, the this, the uncertainty, because you know you're in the wrong. And maybe this is the first time in this situation you know you're in the wrong, right? But now that you're feeling that, it's like you're halfway there. But what's the next stepping stone? Accountability, right? This fear and this, you think it's you. Yeah, it's shadow. Yeah, I get it. But spirit, celestial, they're accelerating that. Because until you come into this, you'll be on pause. Because they want better for you. This says you're aligning with the stars. You can't fight cosmic energy. You can't fight it. The universe is trying to support your every move. And that's why they're blocking. That's why there's been obstacles. Because they want you to evolve. Golden opportunity. You feel cursed. You fall into your blackout energy. You're blocking your own light. Because again, power of your mind. It's like you're not here, I'm not going to be happy, but subconsciously always expecting the worst. It's like you feel you don't deserve happiness. Oh, divine timing is making that they're blocking you. This is your middle row. You're meant to be bringing in they want you to be in this alignment. And again, opportunities, not just this connection, magnet of success. They're trying to turn the tables for you. And I always say they turn the tables through storm. They turn the tables through tower. They turn the tables through emotional chaos. They don't do it from sunshine and roses. I'll tell you that right now. Attract what is meant for you. What is meant for you? Believe. Surrender. What is meant for you will never pass you by. They're trying to align your energy with your true goals. But the sad thing is, I don't even think you know what your true goals are, because I don't think you know who you are in your authentic self. You're scared of your authentic self. You don't accept your authentic self. Distorted masculine, distorted feminine. You, and maybe you haven't admitted this to yourself. You're so concerned about how people see you. Why? Why? Sad life that you refuse to take your mask off. Maybe this person was meant to teach you. Where did that go? Maybe this person was meant to teach you in your contract, finally, to learn to be your true, vulnerable, authentic self. Maybe that's the lesson here. And until you learn that lesson from this person, you're going to keep orbiting. Rip the band-aid off sooner rather than later. Hold on, I got to find that card. I literally can't find that card. Not meant to find it, clearly. Oh well. Sign. Chains of silence. Oh, good. This is about slow progression, small steps, big accomplishments, more financial. But I feel the more you're on pause, this is actually, I felt positive here. You're spinning a web. This says of prosperity, but through your silence, again, you wouldn't be watching a reading otherwise. You are starting to see things differently. Slow and steady. For you to have this, for you to be stopping on one of my readings, you're a special person. Everyone here going through something major. A majority of our collectives, it's for greatness. That's why. 26th of April could be an important date. That's my dad's birthday. Dead end path. You got 3. Your fear blinds you. But this, and that's what I keep, you'll be free. Either way, good or bad result. She's going to free you. Find the positive. Don't But it's you, your resistance to change. A life without change. You're not living it properly. Life's not just meant to be lived, but it's meant to be learnt from as well. This is what needs to change in you. Stop expecting the worst, it blinds you. You've built an unbreakable barrier over your heart, which it's sad because I know that's come from severe trauma and severe heartache. I get it. I get it. But you can heal this if you really try. And the first step is learning to walk through that wall time and time again. Walk through the fire. Sometimes your vulnerability won't be accepted, but there will be times that it is. There will be times that you truly align with like-minded people. There will be times where that is completely embraced, and people will find the magic and truly love you for it. But yeah, there will be times you won't feel accepted. You'll feel rejected, you'll feel alienated, you'll feel misunderstood, but that's life. There's not one person in this world that is liked by all. Not one. But I'll tell you this right now, as soon as you stand in your authentic power and be proud of your sensitive heart, watch the people that start to align. Trust that spirit creates magic. It's funny, I said this in, I think the last reading or the reading before that I did. My dad used to always say to me, if you can count on one hand, people that you truly trust, you're winning. It's not about having all of these people around you. If you can count on one hand, people you can genuinely trust and be your authentic self with and feel accepted, you've won in life. True soul connection makes your soul sing. It makes your soul shine in greatness. The right people encourage it. The right people make it grow. The right people like to see you sparkle. They encourage your uniqueness, your quirkiness, your sensitivity, whatever it may be. The right people blossom you. The right people make you believe in that magic you have within. So start aligning to the right people by finding yourself, by taking your wall down. It's sad. It's sad how much people can get lost in life, all because they're trying to protect themselves. I always say this wall, this fortress that is built, it starts from 3-4 years old. And when we're not learning and life just keeps throwing us boulders, right? That wall becomes more and more and more impenetrable till something happens in our life that completely breaks us. And we have to go into reflection to start bringing the wall down, because the divine wants the best for everyone, but they'll only meet you halfway. They'll give you the intuition and knowing to start creating change, but if you keep avoiding it, there's only so many times they can give you that urge to move forward. And I'll tell you this right now, and I say this, well, I used to say it all the time when I was reading my beautiful feminine energies. The right love, it completely transforms you. It's the power of love, and not just being in love, even friendship. I just said it before. The right people around you make you bloom and blossom. And if you can just get out of your trapped mind and trapped energy of moving through shadow self and your fortress, This person is making you want to change. This person is making you want to grow. You know what needs to be done, but there needs to be tweaking. What is stopping you is the expectation of outcome. You need to accept good or bad. This could go either way, but you know what? I want to be better. I want to change. I want to be the best version of myself. I want to be happy. It's not about this person having mutual feelings for me. It's about my growth. I don't want this burden on my chest anymore, right? Remove the expectation of outcome. And I say this for my feminines all the time. It's like when people will write a novel to someone, but then they keep checking their phone 100 times. You've sent that not from purity of the heart, but expectation of response. It's not good. It's your distorted energy. If you ever want to, especially if you know there's things that need to be apologized for, you should never just expect forgiveness in return when you know you've hurt someone. Or think, yeah, I hurt them, but it's because they did their actions, so they've got to come into accountability too. That's the only way we're going to compromise. Like, that's wrong. It's wrong. I want one more overall. Spirit is saying, if you can break these chains, you will be free. It's your scarcity mindset. If I was you, I'd clear out that root chakra. Just saying. I find distorted feminine. It's from solar up. Solar, heart, throat, crown, third eye, right? Distorted masculine down, solar, sacral, and specially root. If I was you, I'd be clearing them all. Just saying. One more. Yeah, doubt. It swallows you because you don't feel like you're good enough. And you need to accept this so you can start feeling good enough. Choose yourself every day. Do things for you every day that make you feel good enough. It's your confidence. You don't see yourself, which means in relationships you would be a jealous person, you would be claiming, you would be accusatory, and it all stems from your own insecurities. But then you would project. You would project and blame the person that's by your side because you don't see yourself. So deep within subconsciously, you think that that person doesn't see you, so they would easily replace you. So you push love away. And the sad thing is, I don't even think you realize it about yourself. So then in a connection, because you're already pushing away, and then someone comes along, gives you validation, affirmation, makes you feel good. That's why you can get easily sidetracked, because you're already expecting the worst. You're already in protection mode. First step, see yourself. Understand you're a catch. Bringing insecurities into any connection makes it volatile. You end up sucking the sparkle out of your person, and then your trauma rubs off on them, and they'll do the same to you. And then you're just destined to another failed relationship. You feel like you're in an icebox, but it's because spirit can see you're not seeing things properly. So they're keeping you in that icebox. They're keeping you in that depression fog. So you can start being more aware about your own behavior, not others. And I'm not saying this person's perfect, but I think that's where you go wrong. You try and validate your actions for other people's behavior. You've got to stop doing that. Doesn't matter if they're wrong or they've done this, or it's about you wanting to change, right? You wanting to be the best version of yourself. Stop resisting the change. Stop resisting it. Fall into it. It'll make the storm easier. You know what this is reminding me of? When you first go into When you first go into a great awakening, you start connecting to the signs and synchronicities, but you really get inserted into that dark night because you have to start becoming aware. You start blaming yourself for everything. You start thinking, oh my God, I need to heal. I don't want to keep repeating patterns in my life. I don't want to do this anymore. It's like you start to see the world differently. You start to understand we're just bound to karmic loops because of behavior. You start to believe in that karmic curtain. You start to see how actions not just impact others, but your own life. You start to realize all of this, and it can be so daunting. It can be so confronting, and it's extremely isolating. We are put into this, what I call a magical bubble of transformation, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels gut-wrenching, and it's meant to. It's ripping off layers of who you once were. It ain't sunshine and roses. But the quicker you can start seeing it differently, the quicker you can start acting through emotion differently, I promise you that sun will shine. But for the right collective, you're still, even though you're confronted by your emotion, you're still moving the exact same way that keeps you bound to this emotion. And that's where you need to shift, right? That's where you need to shift. I want a message from your highest self. And then I'm going to get your soul contract. I want to get you an archetype because I think you're a very beautiful, powerful person. You're just blinded by your external. That's your issue. And I felt it. You are so worried about the external. You're so worried about the outcome. You're so worried about the go within. Go within. Stop going outside of yourself. How are they going to feel? What's going to be said here? How are they going to react? Will it be mutual? Will it be this? This is what you would have done your whole life to stop you from those golden opportunities. Stop worrying about everybody else. Be that 7 of Wands. Everybody else, I'm locking in. I'm getting to the top of my Mount Everest. It's my life. It's my life. You know, I used to always say this. People that conform to other people, those other people, they're not going to sleep overnight with your internal emotion. You are. When you put your head on the pillow, it's you that needs to feel everything. These people you're trying to conform to or make happy, they're not feeling your misery. They're not feeling your misery. They're probably falling asleep and dreaming of rainbows, right? So why? Why worry about other people? Just food for thought. Oh, you're so... I think you need a bit more silence. I'm going to be honest. You're not talking right now. There's something with the clarity fog. I genuinely think Spirit's protecting something here, and I'm going to get your soul contract. I feel this is still too much around you. Too much around you. Your silence is needed because you're not seeing things properly. You're feeling it. You're feeling the pain, and that's good. But don't avoid the pain. Understand you're feeling that pain because of your behavior. You would have, again, watching me, you would have empathy that runs through your soul. But you've been enabled too much. You need to take accountability. I feel like shit because of the actions I've done. Accept it. Accept it. Oh, your mindset. They're trying to change your mindset. Soon as you make some tweaks and stop worrying so much, because this is what freaks you out, what may happen, what the outcome may be, and not just from this person, all areas of your life. Is this going to affect my work? Is this going to affect my friendships? Is this going to affect my family? Is this going to affect my living range? Is this going to affect, is this going to, instead of just taking accountability for your actions, that's all it is. You're thinking 10 steps ahead. That chessboard. It's like your life is a game of chess. terrible. You would be someone that just doesn't live in the moment. And that's sad. It's sad. They're trying to clear your mentality right now. You need to change your outlook. And I keep feeling it. You're this stuck because you're not seeing something right. And your first part, very telling. It's going to be your middle row. I'm going to say this. And again, everything I say, it's from a place of love. I genuinely want people to change and find their happiness. But you are your own worst enemy. Your mind stops your golden opportunities. And deep down, you know it. You stay in comfort, but your comfort is chaos. Your comfort overwhelms you, but yet you still want that life. You don't want to lose that life. Will this affect this and my friendships and this and this and this? But your life you're living, look at the person it's created. Sorry, I have to say it. We are the company we keep, the life we keep. And look at your behavior. Like, why would you be clinging on to that with all force and grip? It holds you back. Breakthrough. When your mindset, hopefully that was a breakthrough. Hopefully that was a penny. When you're ready. Get ready. But again, all the future planning, you need to just live in the now, day by day. But epiphany is coming, a new understanding. This is your block. I can see it. You worry too much about others. Oh, and it's a mistake. Stop. Magic. Magic. This is your error, your fault, your caution. This is where you go wrong. Thinking of everybody else. Thinking of what you're going to lose. Thinking of what you're going to gain. Thinking of it is where you go wrong. Distorted masculine, wounded feminine. You know what? You would call in dominant people. Look back at your relationships because you don't know how to lead in life. So the universe keeps sending you people that lead you, and it would trigger the shit out of you because your whole internal is wanting to find your masculine flame to lead properly. So you would keep drawing in the same meat suit to teach you the lesson. If you knew how to lead, you wouldn't have such dominating people over you. But you haven't learnt the lesson yet. Don't make it fit. I can see it. You're scared to lead in life. You're led in life. Sorry, that's going to be triggering, but you need to hear it because I don't think you see it. I can see it with this external. You weren't born to be a sheep, I'll tell you that right now. And that's how you're living your life currently. So you would get triggered by people that lead in life. You would get triggered by them because it's everything your inner soul is trying to find. We say people come in to make us self-aware of things we need to heal, balance out extreme highs and lows, and inspiration. Things our soul know we can be. So people that stand in their power, their strength, their authenticity, their guidance would trigger the shit out of you. Entrepreneur, as we're saying it, but that's what you're meant to do. You're meant to lead in life, as we're saying it. But this is where you're in silence. There's something here, and I remember the news having to speak certain things, deceit, right? I'm going back to that. I want to see this person, but I need to be honest. Maybe it's something to do with business. Maybe you affected their finances. Maybe it is the intimidation of their strength. There's a reason I say everything. You stay in silence. There's something about the way this person leads through life. There's something that you know you need to speak to them about, but you don't want to be honest. You don't want to be vulnerable, but yet you see this person as your life partner. Make it make sense. They're really just confirming that first part. But if I was you, I would deceive, sneaking around. There's something you're trying to hide here. But again, that's something you need to take accountability for. Advice, I would stay in silence. So your mindset, they're saying over the past few months and next few months, things are going to keep changing. Beautiful. Healing, I always say it's a forever journey. It takes time. But maybe this really started to affect you a few months ago, preparing you. This is your middle row here. It's good. These two, you need to view differently. But this is good. And as soon as it really sets in, look what happens here. It's good. Oh, that never is. Sorry. You'll get your breakthrough. You'll get through the obstacles. You'll find the consistency. You'll find it. Prepare. Quality time. Beautiful. You've got to get to this part first. And I feel this is where you come in and out. There's a reason the readings come out this way. I think we've gone over the blocks that block you. And I think you need to start realizing when your shadow self is coming over you. Overthinking is not intuition. And I think you're clearly a very connected person. Otherwise you wouldn't be watching tarot. But a lot of people mistake their overthinking for this is what's going to happen. It's like having intuition can be a double-ended sword, because those fearful stories, right, especially when we get a lot of things right in our life, we think those fearful stories are going to come to fruition too. No, 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 no. That is shadow self, the belief system you're trying to heal. Guardians, it's the flash. It's the little aha, right? It's that little moment. It lasts for about 5-10 seconds. You get bound to the fearful stories, and unfortunately your fearful stories always expectation of the worst, and this comes from your insecurities and not seeing yourself, because subconsciously the reason you're always expecting the worst, it's not even just because of your behavior and the things you've done. Subconsciously, you don't know it here, but you don't believe you deserve happiness or you're ever going to be happy. Truly. And again, it's not like here, like, I don't deserve happiness. It's subconsciously. It's not even just your behavior. And you thinking, oh, this will change, that will change, this will change, that will change. No, you're preparing for the worst, because subconsciously your little broken self is saying it's not going to end up being good anyway. Happiness doesn't happen for us. Da-da-da. But you think it's more behavioral, external traits. No, it's because of this. No, it's just your shadow self stopping you from your greatness. Hopefully that makes sense. It's making sense in my mind. Instead of just going, why do I think I don't deserve happiness? Like, why do I think, what is it about me? Where did it stem from? Why do I have such a fear of good happening in my life? Because that is where all of this excuses, that's going to change. I won't be able to work. My family's going to this. Where am I going to live? What about my lies? They're never going to forgive the things that I've done anyway. I don't have my shit together. I'm not where I need to be financially. Like, they're the excuses, but the wounding that you validate your wounding excuses it's fragmentation of the soul. You push good away because you believe good does not happen. That's what you need to heal. And then the excuses will start to stop. Fulfillment. You deserve fulfillment, but you need to believe it, because otherwise you're going to keep speaking this rubbish into your life, no matter who it is. Okay. I just want to get you an archetype, and then I'm going to get your... actually want to get you a couple. I want to get that outspoken oracle for you as well. Actually, do I get this first? This is actually a really nice deck. So the fact I'm being called to get this, I feel I'm reading this collective in the midst of a trigger. Like, I feel you're in the midst of a storm. I think because it's just so intense, right? Hold on, let's just get a few of these. This collective. So So you've got inner glow here. That's where it starts. Abundance starts within. You need to find a calm confidence. Your authentic beauty within you, that's what radiates you when you are in your authenticity. You know who's safe because they let that shine. When you're in alignment, it will feel magnetic. And that's what they're trying to bring you into. Divine timing, magnet of success. It's just your little red cards, right? The hustle, you are trapped. You're trapped by external. There's something about work and not feeling financially good enough and this and this and this and this and this. Wounded masculine. True masculinity doesn't just come from money, right? You're in a hustle trap. And of your mind, not just finances. Overworking for validation, especially from other people around you. Burnout creeping in. You're losing joy in life and routine. That's sad. But it's time to redefine your success. Who you truly want to be. Stop conforming to everybody. But first you need to accept that you do that. Where I think you probably think you're some little rebel and you don't listen to any, you're completely the opposite. You are coming into balance, clearly. Family patterns, family cycles. It all starts from a young age. Cycles repeating, generational healing. Awareness brings peace, breaking what no longer serves you. In an odd way, I feel it. I feel, again, everything's meant to come out for a reason. I actually think, especially this being here, I don't think I was giving you enough credit as I was reading this. Peace within. I was speaking it more like this is what's coming. I think you have, and you have been finding this. You're going through a cosmic surcharge. Divine timing's at play in your life. I think you have been changing. It's just the little blocks that keep taking you back. And we talk about this every day. With other they find that center and then the shadow creeps in, right? I think you have been on a quest, is what I just said. The test! That's what you're going through. Test of old, test of new, whatever you do. That first part, you're about to be tested with the old. Don't move the old way. Even if that's you just choosing silence for a few more months, right? Just don't move the old way. They're testing you. This is how spirit works through those cosmic windows, right? My hand just cramped. Maybe you get hand cramps? Like, ow. Hold on. It's like my finger completely locked in, unless you've heard a finger or something. This part, anyway. Unfortunately, it's like you've been going through, I don't know if you've heard me describe this. We go through a cake period, right? And then that's when we're ascending, rebirthing, emotional, then we come out, we're in rest. And this is where the tests start to come in. And you're being tested with impulse in your main energy. Our little rest period, if we're moving the same and we haven't learnt through all of that excessive emotion, right? Unfortunately, instead of getting the icings, we need to go back in for another bake. It just prolongs the cycle. Nothing's ever failed, it's just prolonged. They're activating it in you right now. Temptation returns. Familiar lessons keep repeating. I'm speaking of it like the tempting shadow. I'm not normal. Spirit is testing your growth and how far you've come, because they're seeing you shine. They clearly know you're ready for this test. Let it be. I don't want to say failed, because it's not failed. Let it be you move forward or you don't. You're ready. It's going to grow you either way. Look at it that way. But just my advice, stop thinking of what the outcome may be. Everything we've been saying so far, maybe reflect on that before moving forward. And let's be real. The fire. Sometimes we need to walk through it 1,000 times. It's okay. You will eventually phoenix. All right. stop it. Because as we started dream job, higher alignment, there is something, that entrepreneur energy is you as well. Purpose meets opportunity, authentic expression. Let that be your new mantra. Write it everywhere. Write it on your fridge, write it on your whiteboard, write it on your mirror. Look at it all day, like every day. I need to move authentically. Practice makes perfect. Right place, right time, your fulfillment. Maybe you've had like a dream job alignment serendipitously, but you're being, step outside of your comfort zone. Do it. Believe in yourself. It's always the shadow that comes in. Just as big things are about to happen that give us imposter syndrome, or again, fear, this will have to change, that will have to change, what will have to do this, well, blah, 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 blah. Just do it. Trust in yourself, because it's paired with higher alignment. Stepping into your true purpose, divine clarity, soul and path united, walking in the light. You're special. You're clearly a very special person that's meant to achieve a lot in life. Believe that. Spirit wouldn't be guiding you. Well, Spirit guides everybody. I shouldn't have said that. But this seems very like, right? And for you to be coming through in a, like I have just, I very rarely take a day off. I had a complete meltdown of and I'm changing everything over here. So for this to be the first collective that comes through, there is a reason for it. And you're powerful. You've shined through and connected so bright. There's a reason for it. I'd never, like, it's so rare I will do these readings. It's very rare. And in the past when I would do these readings, I'd get confused because I was so focusing. Is it this energy or that energy or blah? This is a true, sorry, have to say it, distorted masculine, distorted feminine energy. Let's get you out of your distortion. Because it's this kind of energy that truly needs healing. I get it. I get it. You aren't a bad person. There's not one person in this world that has not done wrong. This deceit and this stuff and this, you don't, who cares? Who cares? There's not one person in this world that hasn't said a fibby, right? Like, stop expecting the worst. Stop putting yourself down internally. You are clearly a beautiful person. Again, you wouldn't be watching readings. You're wanting to change, and not many people in this world genuinely want to change. Believe in who you are. They're trying to bring you into higher alignment, and this inner glow, it's just this. It's, you get trapped in past patterns. Remove it. One more. And can I tell you something? All of these cards are about you. All of them. It's got nothing to do with what you think you're overwhelmed about. It's all about you. I'm excited to get you an archetype, and I'm excited, I'm going to get you an animal card as well. Self-sabotage. It's all about you. Self-sabotage is the worst. Because we know everything's like, we're going to fuck this up. But we do it anyway. Don't do it anymore. Don't do it anymore. You would be starting to see the patterns. You would be starting to see them. So try and break free from them. It does take time. Fear of happiness. Well, we know that for you. Doubting blessings. Because you don't believe you deserve it. That's where it stems from. Accept it. Avoiding success. It's time to break old habits. You need to own to yourself. I do all of this because I feel like I don't deserve to be happy. Why? Why do I feel like I don't deserve to be happy? I need to change that. I need to heal that. I need to love myself. I deserve happiness as much as the next person. I may not see it unfold around me, especially if we're bound cycles, right? It's part of our soul contract to be in destruction at 10 of Swords, 10 and 1. You're meant to break those cycles. There's happy people out there. You're clearly just not aligned with the right ones right now. You'll find your tribe. But when you stand in your authentic power. Okay. Financial reset. Big things. Magnet of success. All right. I'm getting you an archetype. I'm getting you an animal card. Actually, no, first I want to get what your soul contracts, what's going on with your soul contract. Where's that deck? There it is. All right. So what is Spirit activating for you right now through this cosmic window? Your soul contract right now. What they're trying to get you to learn. You to learn. What are they activating right now? Oh, you got the loons. I just call them ducks. Here in Australia, they're ducks, right? 10. Deeply committed to self. Uncommon bonds to self and spirit. Family, of course you'd be going through family things right now. They're trying to show you your patterns. That's life. I always say family's our biggest karmic lesson. Manifesting your deepest desires. So if you're in manifestation mode and you're expecting your worst, what are you calling in? Shit. That's what you're calling in. Clear the mind. All in for what you love. Reawakening lost hope. But for self as well, you should be all in for you to get what you truly deserve. But first you need to believe you deserve it. This is nothing to do with who you think you're stressing about. It's everything to do with you that keeps you away from what you're stressing about. You think that it's ripping you apart. You know what's ripping you apart? That you don't see yourself. That's what's truly ripping you apart. Reawaken the love for yourself. Be around the right people. Be around the right environment. When you really love yourself, you will start cutting out the shit because you know you deserve better. That's why you can get to how you are. Because of the life you're choosing to sit in, because you feel you don't deserve anything more. And I hope you don't turn to substance abuse. I don't normally see it like this. Don't numb away your pain. Feel it. 10th of April. That's my brother's birthday. One of my brothers. And we have my dad's birthday. There's a reason they're coming out. 4th of October. Developing over time, and things take time. Family legacy. There's things here to do with family and you right now. But finessing, alchemizing, transforming. You're ripening, you're aging well. Stop being so hard on yourself. Self-critical. Feminine energy, but you need to balance your feminine energy as well, right? Again, you're watching this for a reason. Distorted feminine. You're trying to validate your overthinking. You're putting yourself in an ivory tower. You seek validation from everybody that's around you. You refuse to take accountability. You are a mixed bag of broken energy. And then because your feminine's not healed in you, you fall into distorted masculine. You try and cover and control and manipulate and this and this. You would be tough to get along with, right? You would have a rapid changing temperament. You probably get angry at the littlest things in life. Sorry, I'm saying that from a place of love. Something needs to end here. And you've got 10-10. 29th of the 10th. Sudden, unexpected. I normally avoid saying this accident here, but maybe there has been some things that have happened around you. Release, harvest, rip off the Band-Aid. Sorry, can I say this reckoning in the nicest way? You need a bit of a reckoning. You need to boot up the bum. You shouldn't be so scared of it. This means you're a very defensive person. There's a reason I keep feeling you have enablers. people would be scared to like kind of call you out, because you would be defensive. You would be a highly triggered mess when anyone tries to tell you anything for fact. You wouldn't take accountability for it. This is why you're so scared. You probably are a conflict avoidant, but yeah, it's very easy for you to start conflict and fires. But when it's directed back at you, you probably run for the hills. It's probably very easy for you to put hurt and damage into other people's lives. Projection. But again, when it's done back, because you're in distorted energy, you don't see it. Distorted feminine doesn't see any of her own behavior. She blames everybody. Blame, blame, blame. Victimhood, right? And this has probably been you. Only up till that past few months, you're starting to see things differently. And I'm saying this from truly a place of love. You want to heal your conflict avoidance, start taking accountability. You shouldn't be scared of a reckoning if you feel like you can give a reckoning to others. Just saying. Wouldn't surprise me. They're trying to get you to heal this. You know you need to communicate, contact, but you get nervous. Then you get flighty, escapist. Then your overthinking takes over, right? Fearful stories you tell yourself. This is what they're activating in your contract. So they're making you fear this. They're doing it because this is what holds you back every time. As soon as you feel the fear of the reckoning, I'm going to get yelled out, I'm going to get rejected, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get in trouble. This is why you have an issue with honesty, right? You get nervous, you get nervous, you get nervous, and then you run. So this repeated pattern. They're wanting you to change. They're wanting you to alchemize the storm. See it differently this time. And whoever this person is, they're smack bang in the middle here. Stress, fatigue, nagging, this, that, it gets you that over. This is why you're so scared. But like we said at the start, you feel it and you're not even in this person's energy. You already are like, you feel like shit. Anyone in their right mind would want to release the stress by just knocking it out of the ball. Like, let's just get it out of the way. Rejection or not, I need to clear this off my chest. But this, conflict avoidant. 23rd of July, end of Mercury retrograde. 12th of the 7th, 12th of July, 7th of the 12th, 29. Okay. So, soul contract, this is destined for you. So every time, and we talk about this here all the time daily, every time, even though you think you're healing inner glow, when they put a cosmic trigger, this is the overwhelm that's going to come over you until you start accelerating, mastering the stepping stone. Until you guys learn the lesson of the emotion, every time you get triggered, the same thing comes up. What a life to have for this trigger, right? Learn the lesson sooner rather than later. Oh, and luck may be on your side, but you've got to lift out the negativity first. You've got to learn where to go to gather your sweet nectar, and don't just sit in negativity all the time. Misery loves company. Enjoyment, be more present. Don't expect, I'm hearing, a rapid response. I never hear that, but I'm hearing that. It's your expectation of outcome of things. You don't get your way, tantrum. I'm going to do things from a pure place, not with the intention to get something back. Sweet goodness, lift out negativity and you will create lightness of being. And you could have a reward. You could, who knows? But you need to believe in yourself. 4-leaf clover. Wine. Oh. I'm not going to read connect. You need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on your true warmth. You need to focus on reconciling with yourself. If whatever's meant to be, it'll be. Things are alchemizing. But if you approach this how I said it right at the start, you will repeat the cycle if you have not healed the shit that created the mess in the first place. Ninth of the 4th, 4th of the 9th. Warmth, open, authenticity. get new beginnings. You will get new perspective, all of this when you balance your sight properly, when you balance your feminine energy when you see this properly with compassion and kindness and sensitivity and warmth and openness. Your soul contract will never bring in the right energy for you until you create the change first, right? Create the change. What our beautiful Kelly says, be the change you want to see. Be the change you want to see. Write that on a whiteboard too. Sorry. Number 13, surrender to the divine. You want change? Start changing the direction of your life. It doesn't just fall in your lap. Oh, I don't want to read it. They make you nervous. It's funny because there's a reason I said it a couple times. If you really think this person to be your life partner, you shouldn't be nervous. Like, if you believe them to be that person you want to take your last breath with, right? You shouldn't be scared to be your authentic self. And I don't know why that came out a couple times. It's making sense. You don't believe in your soul connection. That's why it makes you nervous, because you don't see yourself. When I read divines, I see it. You guys hold each other on a pedestal. It's because you both got a lesson of truly understanding self and greatness. You guys are equal. You are one. No one's better than the other, but you always go outside of yourself. So probably this person you're attached to, they may be more financially successful, or they may be this, or they may be that. They may seem that they have their life together, but you go outside of yourself. You don't know. You don't know. Or even if you do know, stop comparing who you are to them. That's not love. That's distorted masculine. That's where your envy and insecurities, all of it comes from, because your biggest mistake is always going outside of yourself. This is what makes you nervous. So this as well, part of your cosmic contract right now. Every time you want to do the right thing, you get nervous. You are one. Stop having that outlook. You literally, that means deep within your soul, you think this person's going to reject you because you see that you're not successful enough, or you think you're not good enough, or and it takes away the accountability of the actions of hurt. It's got nothing to do with how you look or how you present or your material wealth in life. It's getting deep. The right person would never want you for that anyway. It shows, sorry, you live your life through that manosphere, distorted masculine energy. And can I tell you something? Us women, we think it's gross. Oh, that's what makes you sick. Third party, the cheating, or whoever else is involved. You know there needs to be a reckoning. It makes you sick to your stomach. So then you try and excuse it for this needs to change, that needs to change. I'm not wealthy enough. I'm not this. I'm not this. All starts from within, something deeper that you're hiding, which then again you push love away, do stupid things. You get easily sidetracked. It all comes from your wounding within. Boom. Cosmic window. This is something that blocks you in life. You stop yourself from good things because of this energy. It's a lesson you need to learn. I always say, if you can't own your own skeletons in the closet, no one else ever will. But you need to have faith that the right person for each other. You learn to soothe these things. You learn to trust in these things through depth of conversation, through depth of transparency. No relationship's perfect. That's a bit sad. All right, let's get you an archetype. The mask. I want... Oh. Of course, this is why dead end. You got it twice. I found the page for this, but this makes sense with your cosmic deck, because you've got two dead end path. It's your archetype. It's what you're sitting in right now. This is the energy you're sitting in. This is clearly what's blocking you. So this is how you're shining right now to the universe. The universe isn't hearing your word. It's your energy, right? And I'm being called to say this. I'm being called to say this because I guarantee you, I have people that think they're feminines here still watching this about this distorted masculine energy, and I want you guys, because I love you guys, and this is what we're going to start doing here. If you were still watching this, and you were thinking of your person the whole time, you yourself need to reflect on something right now. You need to reflect on why you are called to watch a reading about your person, because you are as blocked as your person. This is what's keeping you guys apart. I need to say it. If you are still, and take accountability, take ownership for it. Get out of your own distorted feminine, distorted masculine. You yourself are mirroring this. Anybody that wants to watch something about their person, anybody, whatever it is because there's something within you that is still not balanced. You both keeping each other at a distance here. Sorry, I have to say it. So even I don't even want to say anyone that thinks they're attached to an energy like this, right? You are coming from a distorted lens yourself, and you yourself are watching because you're fearful of the end. You're fearful that this is stuck. You're fearful that this isn't continuing on. And if you are feeling balanced and you are feeling like you have found strength and you have released this, right? There is your shadow coming in right now as temptation. You're being tempted to your old self right now as well. Get out of it. Get out of it. Find the lesson in why you're watching this. Because you're keeping each other, two peas in a pod. Two peas in a pod. This dead end card, if you are still, this is for you as well. The closed door, the final chapter, the impasse. Contrary to what its name implies, the dead end is very much alive. It is a force that stops us from moving forward. It stops us. This is broken energy in you right now. It's not really your thought pattern. It's your shadow self. It's shadow self. It is thick, dense, and uncompromising, a wall beyond all walls. With every bramble, thorn, and stone, it simply states, no more, child. You have reached the last page of this chapter. Get rid of it so we can find the sunshine again. This is only going on because you're putting energy into it. Stone wall of resistance, resistance of change, resistance of breaking through that impenetrable armor. Break through it. The awakening, smash that wall. You're strong enough to do it. You're strong enough to do it. You are not your trauma. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Anybody that's watching this, it's natural to resist. It's natural to resist. It's very resistance and struggle even harder to make our way, to prove our point, to hold on to what was. What was doesn't work. What was broken. In this way, we fight with life itself. From a mythic perspective, the end you face is very much a brand new beginning. We said it a few times, rip off the band-aid, welcome the reckoning, because it'll help you breathe again. And what if there isn't a reckoning? What if there's acceptance? What if there's understanding? You don't expect the worst. Don't give in to this energy. This is how you're shining to the universe. This. But look at the golden, all they want you to do is find the clarity veil through this, rip through the fog, because that's all it is. There are always doors opening all around you. Maybe some are planned and some are not planned, but that's life. Life's a roller coaster. Life doesn't, we just get better. We get better. where we learn the lessons of life. Stop avoiding the lessons of life. Stop avoiding what you feel. Feelings are beautiful. Walk through this. If you are honest and courageous enough to accept, adjust, and adapt, the dead end becomes known as a life of brand new beginnings. When in light you accept, you have humility, it's a sense of relief, reverence for change. When in dark, stark tension, unconscious gripping, the unconscious mind that you are not good enough. You are. Break free. Magician's mind. You are only at a dead end because you believe you're at a dead end. Stop putting belief into the darkness. Reaffirm your mind. I've hit a dead end of my past decisions and behavior. I don't want to live like that anymore. I'm only experiencing this because my new beginning is around the corner. But I just need to adapt. I need to change. I need to have courage. And I need to believe that I'm going to be so much happier than this. Anything is better than this. I'm going to take that leap of faith for myself. I'm going to change my life for myself. Because I do believe there is sunshine there for me. I do believe that I can get out of my cage of thorns. But nothing in life, external, money, love, is what's going to get me out of it. I'm going to get me out of it. I'm in control of my life. Nobody else. I want better. Right? You only believe you're at a dead end because that's how you see your inner self. It's like you just think this is life. I'm not going to have this. I'm not going to have that. This is how it's going to be. You're just completely internally not seeing yourself. You don't believe in the magic of life. You don't believe in true happiness. Sad. Hold on, I want to get my divine... hold on. This is called the journey to the divine masculine, and then I want to get you tarot for what energy you need to focus on to activate your feminine energy within as well. All right, main collective. Soul searching, and I believe it with that inner glow. My candle's going crazy right now. Soul searching, consciously considering your own motives and values right now. I love it and I can feel it. Again, you wouldn't still be watching this. You genuinely want change. You just need a bit of tweaking in your mind. When we are bound to a certain perception, it's very hard to break free from it because what our brain tells us to be real, we believe. And it's just sad because your brain is full of fearful stories because you are bound to this outlook when you get emotionally triggered. We want to change this. When your trigger comes over you, we want to change your... we want you to move past that stepping stone, right? You're doing the work, but it takes time. It takes time. And that's okay. You could be a very well-directed person and maybe really hard and high expectations of self. And you do something or you fall back. You're like, I'm not healing. You are. It's not meant to be easy. You're transforming your soul. Guilt wounds. So take ownership. Guilt eats you up because you're afraid to be vulnerable and truthful. Get it off your chest. And if someone can't accept it, they're not meant to be in your life. They're not meant to be in your life. Take ownership of what you're guilty for. You're waiting mutual for, then I'll do this and I'll just rip off the Band-Aid. embrace. There may be a reckoning, and what? I want to purify my soul. I don't want to hold on to guilt no more. I don't like what it does to me. Again, it shows your empathy and your kind heart. Instead of seeing like, oh, I'm a bad, no, it's your kindness. It's your kindness. So what? You made decisions through your shadow. The fact you can reflect and feel guilt for it, that's pretty special. It means you're self-aware. A lot of people can do wrong and just not even see it. And they keep doing that wrong. Maybe that was you. Maybe this is what you're starting to heal and see. Childhood wounding. You feel sorry. I don't want to say you use guilt to manipulate, but maybe that was a pattern. Wounded feminine, wounded masculine, over-explaining, or, you know, unfortunately making people feel guilty to validate your actions. Oh, I did this because you did this, or whatever it may be. Your doubt, because that comes from your insecurities, because you have an expectation of what. Move with purity in your heart. Understand your greatness, understand your wrongs, and don't have any form of expectation of outcome, good or bad. Just believe you're doing the right thing, right? You are worthy. I'm hearing that, worthy is your name. There's this oh, it's such a beautiful song. It's a like a Jesus song, but I heard it straight away. Worthy is your name. Feel deserving of respect and love. And it's funny because that's what it is. You don't respect yourself. That's why you choose to keep the life and environment you do. And I know that's hard to hear, but it's true. Find that self-respect. I say this to my broken feminines. The self-value, the worthiness. One more. I don't want to say, I do actually. It is neglect wounds. You would have been neglected. And it's sad. You would have felt unseen. Oh, it's going to make me emotional. You are not your trauma. This journey is to find that child that was lost, that didn't have the voice and the strength to see things properly. Reconnect to her or him. Choose him or her, not the shadow that's trying to stop you. You are worthy of a beautiful life. Let's get you into that abundant mindset. Right now where you are on your journey, beautiful. Beautiful. You're soul searching, you're starting to understand it, but this is what creates the dead end, right? And this is really reminding me of a very tough emotional period you're going through. It really is really feeling dark night of the soul because of the deep reflection of where it all comes from, right? It's like, you know, there's certain things, but this reading would have found you to tweak the outlook of certain things, right? I always say first step to healing, self-awareness. And you got there. 85% of our population, they don't get there. Be proud of yourself. Now don't avoid the internal storm. Feel it. Embrace it. And you will find clarity. Don't run from what you feel anymore. You'll find it. All right, I just want to get you your feminine energy. Oh, that's too many. You've got grieving at the bottom. You could have literally gone through loss, because I was staring at that accident card. Feeling the loss of a recent relationship, but even something deeper, right? There could be a lot of grieving here. Two of Wands, you've got important decisions. You've got important decisions that you need balanced emotion to make. Judgment with your feminine. And I feel that you wouldn't be watching this. You're going through an awakening. You're going through an awakening. I always say anyone that's drawn to any form of this kind of stuff, especially online, it's your feminine side. This is really beautiful. So your feminine energy, and I can feel it through your masculine energy, you're awakening both. And that's why the sensitivity and the compassion and the understanding and the emotions finally taking hold of you. And you've probably, fortress, arm up, been barriered with your emotion, blocking it away. And now it's like a kettle. The last 2 days, I have been crying like, ah! Yesterday I was on the phone pretty much all day with Kelly, back and forth. All day. And I kept saying, why am I so emotional? It's like this collective was being prepared to come out, right? And I didn't even know it. It's meant to be emotional. It's meant to be emotional. You're going through a brand new spiritual evolution. Judgment calls on us to reclaim our power of past, present, future, and to connect to higher self. Hello, higher self here. Remember I said, watch me as if I'm your higher self. You're reclaiming, you're reconciling for the first time in your life. And that's why you've got every time your soul is trying to reconcile, because you have a thing of going outside of yourself. You think of reconciliation with this person. It's all about you. Every time they're trying to reconcile the cosmic trigger over your soul contract, you go straight to thinking about it because you're not seeing it right. You're not seeing it right. It's all you. Warmth for you. Gratitude for you. Proper self-expression for you. Forgiveness for you. Right? Reconciling with you. Understanding you. A card of forgiveness. Forgiving yourself. Mission. Higher alignment. Your feminine is strengthening. But now you need to make the right decisions for your future path. Don't keep repeating what keeps you stuck. You're on pause for a reason with these big decisions, because your higher self is wanting you to finally make the change. This distorted energy, how stuck, delayed, the time that there's the, oh no, it's your negativity that comes over you. Embrace this awakening. You're a gift. You're a gift. Believe. Well, Page of Cups. At least you're developing. You've hit your page suits. And the page suits, they're our spiritual, they're our little woo-woos. Of course you're going to feel a little bit of clouded judgment. Of course you're going to feel, maybe, am I being naive? You feel like a fish out of water. Because you're experiencing true depth of change for the first time in your life. It's not meant to be easy. It's meant to be confusing. It's meant to be hard. But at least you've activated into a suit, and a cup suit of all suits. But that's why love. You would love so hard. And this is why you've got so much protection over your heart. Because you want that love. That's why you're so scared of it. Because of the neglect wound, the abandonment, the not worthy, the guilt. One more. Ace of Cups. Both ways. You will come self-love first. Self-love. But your intuition is this. Gut. Not overthinking. You don't lead with your heart. You lead with your overthinking mind, and that's what creates trouble for you. You will remove doubt, and your worthiness wound, it's not working. It's your turning point. It feels like life's working against you because you keep making the same decisions. They want you to make different decisions. So when it comes to your distorted feminine, lack of accountability, your victimhood, ivory tower, you've on a wheel of blame for so long. That takes time to change. At least you're starting to become aware. But it's the push. It's finally the big push. I'm going to be honest. This, beautiful. This is beautiful. But don't make any important decisions till you start viewing this just a little bit differently, right? I always suggest this to you guys. If you've gotten to this point of the reading and it really resonated, come back and watch it again in about 2-3 days, even a week, because you'll find even deeper messages, because this will plant a seed, right? And then you'll re-watch it, and then that seed that was been planted, it'll start to blossom. And then you'll find another seed and another seed, right? Just focus on you. Anytime you're going outside of yourself, stop. Because whatever's coming next, they want to put this wheel upright. This is your push to stop, right? Stop making the same decisions. But that comes to you and the choices you make. Spirit will never give up on you. Never. Especially when they see you're wanting to change. All the time. They'll never give up. But if you are someone that is wanting to change, they are by your side. Full force. Just because you can't see them, it doesn't mean they're not real. And I guarantee you feel them. They're supporting you. Believe. Believe. Believe in the guidance. I'm finishing this off with this and an animal card. This is enough. It's not about what's coming. You have to live in the now. You've got to stop focusing on external. This is a message for you and your internal balance. The fact I'm going for the angel number deck, you're probably even seeing all the beautiful signs and synchronicities. Don't push it away. Okay, 7. And we've just had Neptune set into retrograde. Neptune is our ethereal magic, our magical self, hidden versions of self. So you're aligning with cosmic energy, celestial alignment. So you are very connected. Synchronicities, as we're saying it. And it is. It's beautiful. It's magical, but it's scary. People think we're crazy. People think that, I say a lot of people get admitted, but it's you're just seeing the world for the first time. It gets easier. It gets easier. You are a conduit, is that right? Of the magical, loving energy of the universe, radiating with abundance and beauty. Your path is manifesting in perfect synchronicity, reflecting how consequential your efforts are. Is that right? Anyway, you have put in all the hard work and you will be reaping the rewards. You are, and I see you're putting in hard work. I see it. Beautiful. Magic. Oh, the 55555. You'd be seeing it everywhere because you are going through a transformation. You could be in a personal year 5 or a personal year 7. Renewal. Your life is entering a phase of expansion and renewal, getting out of that dead end. And it will bring you greater alignment on your journey. Shed the shackles that have held you back. If you feel the urge to make a change, trust that it is a sign from the universe, guiding you towards the path meant for you. They're trying to show you the gold. They're trying to align you. Believe in them. Believe in their guidance. Don't believe in the fear. That's your shadow trying to stop you from true soul alignment. Every time the doubt and the fearful stories, the guilt wounds, all of it, it's your, I don't want to say your darkness, but it is. It's stopping you from your greatness. Believe in yourself. Believe you deserve happiness. Believe you deserve change. The sad thing is you think you're doing all of this because it makes you happy to stay this. It doesn't. It's the opposite. What you are holding yourself back from makes you miserable, but you think it makes you more content. It's really odd energy, right? You must be around some robots. Just saying. 999. End of the chapter. Wheel in reverse, end that shit out. new you. New you. Embrace it. So new you would move differently to old you, right? Just that. Every time you want to make a decision, battery, 20%. Every time you want to make a decision of the old, no, that's old me. I'm choosing new me. How new me would move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're seeing that a lot, 12 to 34. If you're seeing that a lot, it's a good sign. The new you is a radiant expression of divine light and love. Embraced by the angels and guided by your own inner wisdom, you are called to step into your full power and potential and be the shining light you wish to see in others. Be the change you want to see. Be the change you want to be. Remember you hold the power to heal yourself and the world and make it a better place. Okay. I'm just going to get one animal card because my battery just went. This must be a long reading. I've just been beep, 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 beep. Just one. The hummingbird. The nightingale. Speak your truth. Music. Music could be part of your path. Speak your truth. Be in your authenticity. And so many of my feminines are breaking the cycle of and again, not gender suited, just energy. But we've got masculine energy at the moment, a bit distorted. Also, finding. So you would be connected, and I'm not going to say that. Sorry, I'm changing my reading style. I'm still adapting. So you yourself are breaking a mirrored cycle of authenticity. That's actually a very good sign. Just side note. So they're saying it's time. Activate your nightingale. Speak your truth. Be your authentic self. And anyone that doesn't like your authentic self or can't accept it or judge you for it, ew. Bin. Sorry. It's the only way to heal it. Be around people that love it. X marks the spot. And you're finding your golden wings. You're becoming that butterfly. And it takes time. The butterfly, when it's cocooning, it literally has to turn to goo. And every little new cell that's wanting to transform in that cocoon to become a butterfly, the goo is fighting it. The goo is trying to push the cells from forming, shadow. But then the cells take over and it starts to form and form and form. But then even when you crack out of your cocoon, you've still got to learn to fly. You're in your goo period. That just fell. Don't let the cells, shadow, stop you from your greatness. Be stronger. Be stronger than those cells. Because that's why you're in the cocoon, to find your wings. You ask the universe for change, I'll push you off the cliff so you can learn how to fly. And that's what's happening. And I'll tell you right now, you didn't get the baby butterfly. You got the big butterfly. Nature. Connect to nature. You'd find so many signs in nature. X marks the spot. You could have a nice bum. Your perseverance will pay off. Luck is on your side. Just don't give up. 3, expansion, Jupiter energy. 3 days could be important for you. Empress energy. Oh, my pink heart, which fell on the deck we started with. New beginning in love. But you need to believe. First, it starts with new beginning of your heart space. Full moon, new moon energy. I think our new moon is in like a couple of days. And the mystic gem. You would have a mystic inside of you. Even embrace that. Especially if you're watching tarot. I find a lot of masculine energy, again, doesn't mean you're in a male vessel, but until you activate that feminine, your logic doesn't make you believe in the mysticism of the world. So if you have it within you, it's like you're not ashamed of it, but you run from it, right? 10th of the 2nd, 2nd of the 10th, 10-10! 15th of the 10th, 15th of the 12th, and 8. Karmic clearing, infinite energy. You could be, it would make sense if you're a life path 8. It would actually make sense. 12. Oh, straight line. 54555, angel number, but 545, angel number. 5th of the 7th, 7th of the 5th, 20th of July this month could be important for you, and 20th of the 1st. All right, lots of love. You are not that dead-end energy. Just remember that. See yourself. Lots of love.